Alright, what's going on, y'all? So today I'm going to take y'all through a very busy day in the life. So today's Saturday. We're about to head off to morning liturgy. We're part of the Orthodox Church, Russian Orthodox Church. So Lent's coming up, so services are ramping up. So we have a Saturday morning service, and then tomorrow we have a service. With that being said, guys, this is literally what I look forward to every week. This truly feeds my soul, and this is kind of like, this is really where I feel peace. So it's creating a bit of a busy day, but I'm happy for it. So this morning we've got that. I'm cooking my meals because as soon as we finish up church, we're going to have a feast with the church, and then I've got a training client, and then we've got a heavy pull day. So I'm going to basically be out of the house until late tonight. So right now I'm cooking up my chicken and rice meal y'all saw the other day. And I'm getting ready to wolf down this oats bowl. But I'll take y'all along as much as I can today. Like I said, today is like a jam-packed day. I go from doing service to then the feast to then a training client to then training with a buddy of mine, heavy back day, and then I come back here. I have a phone call with a online coaching client, and then I've got some client work to do with editing this. So it's going to be literally an early morning to midnight today. But happy to do that. This is life, and this is also, I love being able to provide as much value and be of service to others. So today's going to be a great day. I'm going to take y'all along for it, and I'll catch y'all in a bit. All right, what's going on, y'all? So we're on the way to church right now. I've talked about it a little bit, but we found the Orthodox Church several months ago, and our lives have literally done a complete 180, completely changed. So I grew up in the Protestant church my entire life, going to mega churches, non-denominational mega churches. Jacqueline grew up Roman Catholic, and in the last several years together, we've been going to a mega church around here in Austin together. And I've talked to y'all about this a little bit, but I've been seeking God pretty heavily for basically for the last decade. And I just, while I have no judgment, nothing against, people that go to, non-denominational churches and all that, I believe that most of those people have great intentions and all that. I personally did not, the same with Jacqueline, did not, really feel God in those churches. And as soon as we went to our first service at the Orthodox Church, we encountered God in such a deep way. And our lives, literally since the first day we went, have completely changed and continue to completely change. So this is something that, if y'all want me to talk about, I can. I'm not going to try to shove this down y'all's throat. But just, our lives have and continue to keep changing in very, very profound ways, and for the better, since we found the Orthodox Church. I talked to y'all about a little bit the other day about how, one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you on a very busy day is, pretty much every day is reverse engineer, backwards plan. Take the night before, go ahead and plan out your next day from, the time you go to bed all the way through. That way, if you have it all planned out, it's kind of like shooting for the stars, at least you'll hit the moon. That's not something I did the best job of today. But with it, so what I've got is I've literally got my workout gear that includes clothes. I have my gear for my in-person training client. And then I also have some meals throughout the day. So this is one of those things I talk to online clients all the time about, and some of my in-person training clients too, that, so many times they have, excuses of not being able to cook, or, just not being able to get a workout in, not being able to get the meals in. And I don't want to be one of these guys of you can't have any excuses, that whole thing. But, it really kind of does come down to, I didn't do the best job today, but, I still got it in. I still got all the stuff in that I need to get done, or need to get, have prepared for, basically manage my entire day today while I'm out. So it's one of those things that if you want it bad enough, and if you've got the discipline, you're gonna make it happen. You're gonna have your meals planned out. You're gonna have, all the equipment you need if you're, training out, after work, whatever. But that's where, this all comes down to discipline versus motivation. I know y'all have heard it a million times before. You've got to have discipline basically run your life. You can't be one of these people that, and it's frankly the vast majority of people just let external circumstances and stressors and all of that completely dictate their schedule and their life. You have to set very clear boundaries with yourself, and stick to them. And if you do that, not only will you be more successful with your goals and all that, but you'll also have so much more mental peace and clarity too. So just a little piece of advice for y'all today. We're about to pull up to service here, and I'll catch y'all a little bit later. All right, so we got out of church, and then I just drove down to downtown Austin to the gym here. I'm getting ready to have my in-person client session, and then I'm going to roll straight into my training after that. So today's going to be a heavy posterior day. I've got heavy pulls on the menu, and I'm doing that with a buddy from church. He's active duty Army. He's currently stationed at, I believe, Fort Hood. So he drove his way down here today to get some training in. But he's pretty jacked himself. I personally believe that our church is one of the most jacked churches in America right now. First off, our priest, Father Moses, he himself is a very talented power lifter. And then so many of the guys in the church are very impressive lifters themselves, or, do jiu-jitsu or something like that. Something with the Orthodox church, it really draws a lot of people with discipline. One thing I was missing going to like a non-denominational mega church is, the kind of the rock concert, all about kind of being entertained. And there's a lack of like devotion to God. And I was really wanting, more devotion to God. So that's one thing that drew me to the Orthodox church. And with it, there's, having more devotion to God, it takes discipline. We have morning and evening prayers, which are 30 minutes each. We have multiple services throughout the week. Lent is coming up. There's more asked of us, which we want to do, because one, it feeds our soul, but then two, we're worshiping God. We're having devotion towards God. So because of that, it draws a lot of guys that, are like this, or are into lifting, or have a lot of discipline in their life already. Kind of, it feeds right into that. So that's just one thing that's drawn me to the church. But I'm going to go ahead, get into doing this training session with the client, and then I'll give you all the voiceover for some of the lifts we're going to have today. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the workout here. So just like last week's pull B, this posterior session, I go straight into lying leg curl. So with that, I do several working sets, since it's the first movement, to one, push some blood in the muscle, lock down execution, because the first set of every movement I do is the top set. It's the heaviest set. It's the heaviest working set. So I want to have, the execution locked in to really keep it safe and to, push the most intensity. So we did 4 sets there, rep range of 8 to 10. Then we rolled into heavy rack pulls. So Riley here, I'm not going to get into what he does in the Army, but he's definitely a hard charger. And so he's been doing his own, training for the Army lately. So these are some pretty heavy pulls for him. I was very impressed with what he pushed today. He pulled some pretty heavy numbers for someone that's, not doing this type of training pretty regularly. And we had a pretty killer time. So this is my top set on rack pulls. We did 3 working sets here. My top set was 6 reps at 585. So this was much better than, last week. If you all saw last week's workout, I was only able to pull 2 reps. I overestimated what I could do last week and put, too many plates on the bar. So it's nice to, get the volume I wanted. My first set here, the rep range, the intended rep range I've got for myself is 4 to 6 reps. And then the next 2 sets, the intended rep range is 6 to 8 reps. So I was happy with how I was feeling today. Overall, feeling pretty decent. And then we rolled into our third movement here, Arsenal plate loaded row. This is seriously one of my favorite row variations. So I've got 2 working sets here in the rep range of 8 to 10. And it was nice having a spot and assist right there. Usually I'm working out solo. So it was nice to have, someone to help push off at the beginning and then at the end there. But with this, I progressed quite a bit on both of my sets. I actually progressed quite a bit on all my sets, or at least most of my sets this entire week. But this entire session, I saw some progression from last week's workout, which one means the addition in food
last week was definitely a good idea, and it's already working. And then two, we're already seeing some strength gains from my current split. With that being said, I am still feeling it. All right, so now our fourth movement, 2 sets here on pull-ups. These are just kind of as many as I can do, an AMRAP, but with proper bodybuilding form. I'm trying to kind of make this kind of like a lat pull down. And so the first set is going to be a pronated grip, like what you see here, and then the second set is a neutral grip. Now, Riley's in the Army, so I knew he was going to get up on pull ups and just completely beast this out, which he did. His training right now it's pretty gnarly, and he just came off a pretty intense training block, for something in the Army. So it was cool to hear everything he's gone through. I mean, we had some really, really deep conversations in this workout too, which I always really, really thoroughly enjoy whenever I can have that with someone while we're lifting. So then moved into our last movement here, 4 sets, just dumbbell hammer curls, rep range 8 to 12 reps. Y'all know from last week, you want to keep tension the entire rep through the rep. And so this will wrap up our workout for today.
To be honest with you, I went through college where I was doing a lot of deadlift work, which that was conventional deadlift, which really I don't believe is very applicable to bodybuilding anyway. And then after that, I took off a lot of time from doing any hip hinge. Really, I mean, it was a lot more, while heavy and with intensity, it was a lot more isolation work on everything a deadlift would work. So I am very comfortable with us pulling it. Also, if we pull it now, and say in 6 months we reintroduced it, you're going to have so much more strength and confidence with your lifts that it's like the second you get back under, it's going to feel even different.
Yeah, maybe like it's a not now type of thing.
Yeah, I'm totally good with it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and swap that out, and that's then going to allow us to it's going to allow us to put another movement in place that one you're comfortable with, and because of that, you're going to be getting even more benefit out of it. When you're doing a movement that just doesn't feel right, you're not connecting with the muscle most likely. So this is going to allow us to put something in place that's going to allow you to connect, and then you're going to get even more benefit out of it. All right, y'all. So I got back from that lift, had a killer session with my my buddy Riley. It's just an awesome session of heavy pulls and really deep conversation. So pretty good time. And then got back here, just had a FaceTime call with a client check-in, and then now I'm getting ready. Well, I'm going to hold off on saying the word in a second, but after that, I've got to eat some meals, edit this YouTube video, and then do a couple of client plans. Honestly, it's probably going to go till probably about 11 o'clock midnight tonight. So my days are, Monday through Saturday. It is all out. It's go, go, go. I do have, to try to have some times in there where there's just some downtime to relax and spend time with family. But Monday through Saturday is working. It is working hard, but I do love it. It's I really thoroughly enjoy, being of service to others. And so, that means, not only helping people with like learning how to lift or, diet, but also, like today with my in-person client, we talked about, life the entire time in between sets, really kind of deep stuff he's working on and all of that, and had some of that on that call right there. I really thoroughly enjoy helping out where I can. I'm not a licensed therapist or anything like that, and I don't pretend to be, but I've had some unique experiences in life and some moments that have been pretty rough, and I've had to navigate my way through them, and through the physical challenges I put on myself and all that, I have somewhat of a different perspective that has been useful to me, and at least for some people out there, it seems to be useful for them. So I love being able to be of service to others. It really is what drives me. But that's kind of the week. Monday through Saturdays, go, go, go. Along with that, in the week, I've got, obviously services that we go to for the Orthodox Church. It's not just work, but that's, that's feeding me. That's, building up my faith, and I truly look forward to that. And that is kind of like my time where I can kind of relax a little bit and bring myself down and, focus on frankly God. But now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take my dog for a walk. You gonna go for a walk, baby? Come here, come here. Come here. All right, can I ask you a question? You gonna go for a walk? Yeah, so we're gonna go for a little bit of a walk. But this is just a little bit of a day in the life, a busy day in the life. She's excited. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you already. God bless y'all and have a great rest of your day.